Hey guys, what's up? It's Kathryn. Welcome to today's video. Today we're doing another coffee talk. I have my iced coffee today. We have the Starbucks dark roast iced coffee and then the oat milk vanilla creamer from Coffee Mate. If you guys were curious how I made my iced coffee today. Today's topic is going to be all about college and school. So I asked you guys to send in questions on Instagram and I'm just going to start going through them. If you guys are curious on how to be featured in these, just follow me on Instagram and send in questions when I post about them. Simple as that. I feel like I should give you guys a little background on my school journey and where I'm at right now. So currently I am, I guess, considered a senior at Cal State Fullerton. I graduated high school in 2014. And I'm still going strong, so I think I have maybe a few more semesters at this point if I kick my butt into gear. All right, let's start off. First question says, how do you keep balance between classes, study, and love life? Well, you know, my current love life does not exist. I mentioned that in my last coffee talk video, so that, you know, does not take up any time in my life anymore. But as far as the balance between classes and studying, I think it's all about having self-discipline. It's honestly all about having the self-discipline to sit down, get your crap done when it needs to be done. Don't procrastinate and wait till the very last minute. I mean, yes, I still do that, but usually Mondays are my filming days and my school days. That is when I will sit down, and it's usually a 12-hour workday. I will get everything that I can possibly mentally do in one day done as far as school and work stuff. So that's just how I work. I like to get everything done at once so then I can kind of have the rest of the week to do other work stuff. So I don't know, that's my balance. That's what I've found has worked for me. But honestly, just find your rhythm, your groove, whatever works for you. Some people have to break things up and do it over a week. Some people like me can do it all in one day. So honestly, just find what works for you. Would you recommend a smartwatch for general life as a student? That's a good one. I don't think I'd recommend it for just student life. Personally, my main reason behind purchasing was my Apple Watch. That sentence did not make sense. Okay, the main reason that I purchased my Apple Watch was for fitness. That was my goal, and I also have all Apple products, and I just obviously am a fan of Apple. So when it came between an Apple Watch or a Fitbit for fitness, the Apple Watch just kind of made more sense for me to also use for my personal / work life, if that makes sense. But honestly, my Apple Watch for me, I use it mainly for fitness, and that is my goal, my intentions of using it is for that. I don't know if I'd say that it's a necessity for student life. To be honest, I really don't use it for college stuff. But I mean, if you're interested in fitness and stuff like that, I think that's really helpful. That's just my personal opinion on it. What is one piece of advice you would give an incoming college freshman regarding classes? Check your professors on Rate My Professor. I cannot tell you how much anxiety I have saved myself when I have actually checked and read about the professor, what their class is going to be because then you can go in, your expectation of the class, you go in and you kind of already know what's going to be going on, what you're getting. There are a few classes that I took this semester where the professor wasn't listed, I believe. So it just kind of says staff until they decide who's going to teach it. And I think 2 of those classes are the ones with professors that my learning style and their teaching style just doesn't really mesh very well. So the classes are a little bit more difficult for me to keep up with. So I would definitely recommend checking Rate My Professor. That has been a lifesaver my whole college career. Honestly, I always get comments about me touching my hair, and it's just it's that nervous habit kind of thing. So I don't try to do it on purpose, just know that. How to overall succeed in college? Again, self-discipline. That is the biggest thing. How do you stay motivated throughout college? Honestly, sometimes I don't even know. I think being able to meet other people in college and seeing them get their work done and be oh, now I have all this free time, that's a little bit motivating for me. But I mean, if you're going to college to get a degree, you have to remind yourself that's what's coming at the end of all this. That is the purpose of you going to school, sitting through these lectures and passing these classes. I feel that is a good enough motivator too, because because at the end of it, you get your degree. And if that's like the main reason why you're going, which I think a lot of people do, then that can be a good motivator. How do you deal with procrastination towards the end of the semester? I am someone that used to procrastinate till the very last minute. I will be real, I did this last night. It was 10 o'clock and I was sitting in bed and realized that I had forgotten one assignment that I had to do, and it was due at 11:55. I was like, I really don't want to do this right now, but I waited till the last minute and it was worth 20 points. So I pulled out my laptop, sat there, did it. 30 minutes later, I was like, all right, cool, I'm done. I can go back to chilling. I feel like I'm gonna say this a lot in this video for college stuff, but it all comes down to being self-disciplined. You have to be able to make yourself do the work. No one else is gonna do it for you. No one else is gonna like force you to do it, tell you to do it. I mean, your teachers are gonna tell you to do it, but like then it's on you if you're actually gonna do the work and get the grade for it. So as far as procrastination, I think one good tip that I've heard someone else say is take a minute to sit down and think about why you're procrastinating. Like, why is this something that you keep putting off? And once you realize that, okay, maybe it's not as big of a task as I have like built up in my mind, it'll be a lot easier for you to just sit down and like push through it. And when you're done, you're like, okay, cool, that wasn't that hard. I don't know why I was procrastinating that much, but I feel like a lot of people procrastinate just because they're like almost afraid to like start doing it because they've like made it to be this huge task of like something that they have to do. How did you know what you wanted to major in? Honestly, I have changed my major like 7 times. So I feel like going in as a freshman, just kind of have an open mind. I mean, some people know from the minute that they go to school exactly what they want to do with their life. Other people think they want to go to school for something, start taking the classes, and realize it just doesn't really mesh with them and that they're not that interested anymore. And honestly, that's okay. You don't feel like you have to just stay in one thing the whole time you're in college. If you decide like halfway through that you don't enjoy this, especially decide before you get to your senior level, junior level classes, because that's when it's like the real major classes that you have to take. So definitely decide before that. But I mean, as a freshman, maybe take a few different classes and kind of see like if there's something else that you're interested in. Maybe add one of those classes into your schedule and see if you like it, and then just kind of go from there. I think I started as wanting to be like a dental hygienist, and I wanted to be a nurse, and then I wanted to do something in business. I wanted to do like business admin. Then I was like, that's too many math classes because I do not enjoy those. And then I decided that I wanted to do something in graphic design, which I full-heartedly loved every single class that I took for art. But because of some things that happened with like work and stuff, I had to switch my major again. So now my major is communications. I am an advertising major. So I think everything that I'm taking right now is very relevant to my life and me wanting to start a business and all of that stuff. So I kind of just decided that, okay, I'm gonna do something that is interesting to me and something that will also benefit where I'm at in my life right now. How many classes have you withdrawn? This is a good one. I feel like not a lot of people would talk about something like this, but like I have no shame. I mean, everyone fails a class. Well, I've never like fully failed a class, but everyone decides to like withdraw from a class every once in a while, and there's really nothing wrong with that. Like, it's okay to withdraw. I just want like people out there to know that like it's okay. Don't feel bad if you have to do that. I've withdrawn from 3 classes, I think, my entire college career, whatever you want to call it. I don't know personally if there's a limit. I think some colleges do have a limit for the amount of withdrawals that you can actually have on your transcripts. So definitely look into that before you just start withdrawing from classes. What do you plan on doing after getting your degree? I do plan on opening my own business very soon. That's the goal. What do you like to wear as outfits to college? P.S. I love you. Love you too. Honestly, at college, you will most likely see me in leggings and a hoodie. Unless I have to dress up for the class, then yes, I will wear like jeans and like a nice outfit. But no, I don't like fully get dressed for my classes. I have 2 in-person classes and 2 online classes, and my in-person classes are 3 hours each. I'm not gonna get super dressed up for that when we just sit there and listen to a lecture. So my go-to, I would have to say, is like athleisure. Very, very typical college student answer. Best way to time manage work and school schedule. Don't hate me for saying this again, but like self-discipline. You have to find the balance for yourself. And like I said, my balance for me is like all in one day, and then I see like what else I have left. So just figure out what works best for you. Everyone's totally different with being able to balance and manage certain things, but don't put too much on your plate. I will say that. Put enough, but don't overdo it. Like, don't stress yourself out constantly. Keep it healthy, a healthy amount of school and work and all the stuff that's going on in your life. How do you take your notes, on actual paper or typed or on a tablet/iPad? I've done a whole video on how I take notes on my iPad. This is the first semester that I've started doing it, but I love it so much better than using paper. I do like using paper for like agendas and stuff like that, but for notes really in class, I love using my iPad, and I love that I can record the lectures and go back and listen to them. So if you guys are curious about how I do that, I will have that video linked down below. How hard does college go? It goes hard. What are some college must-haves? Love your channel. Thank you. College must-haves. I actually did a video on this as well, like all of the college essentials that I felt like I've really used and needed. So if you guys are interested in that, I will have that video linked down below as well. How to have a good job during college. Well, depending on what part of college you're in, whether you're like a freshman or a senior, I feel like it all depends on kind of where you're at in your college life. Usually I feel like when I was a freshman and sophomore, I was working in retail, I worked at restaurants, I worked at hotels. Like, it was just kind of like part-time work to fit with my schedule. I mean, I don't ever feel like someone's gonna have like a perfect job during their college career. I mean, some people might get lucky and find like the perfect thing, but I for sure didn't. I was working retail, restaurant, hotels. I was working as a server. Yeah, I've done all of that, honestly. I've had so many jobs, so many different experiences. So now that I am like further in my college career, I do work for myself now, which is like a blessing and a curse, because again, you have to have the self-discipline to get the work done and, you know, make your own money and like find ways to do that. As far as jobs go, just find something that like works for your schedule, and whether you're taking full-time classes or just going part-time, just find a job that can work around your schedule, but also give yourself enough time to be able to study and prepare for tests or exams or papers or like anything that you have to write. So just find things that work with your schedule. All right, those are all the questions that I will be answering for today's coffee talk. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you did. And if you guys want to be a part of the next coffee talk, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and send in your questions when I post. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video.